Seeking English, S.A.T. Workbook, page 328, problem 1. I've put these 200s on the board not to train you to do this during the actual test. Hopefully you will not have to. That said, it's 51% likely or more that it will take you longer to decide what not to draw than to draw it. So if you're not sure what else to do, get your hand moving on the test. If you need to draw these 200s or the equivalent on an equivalent problem on the test, then do it. Hopefully you won't have to, but don't fool yourself. Not everything is easy for everyone, and depriving yourself of points because something seems like you shouldn't have to do it is not the best plan. Take those points. No one cares whether you're doing this or not. That said, it's better if you don't have to. If you can internalize my explanation here, then you probably won't have to do this again. If you visualize this again, I don't have to draw it. The answer will just pop into your mind. It says, a store sells $2,000 worth of merchandise. All items sold cost either $200 or $800. If the store sold at least one $200 item and at least one $800 item, what is one possible number of $200 items sold? And in the book, there are spaces for two answers. So, although it seems like the question is only asking you for one answer, my suggestion is that if you are secure in giving both answers, give both answers and assume that the question is just written in a way that's confusing. Okay, so it has at least one $200 item and at least one $800 item. These boxes are now sort of closed, okay? So there's a minimum of one $200 item, a minimum of one $800 item, just by their description. The real minimum for the 200 is different. You're going to see that. This other part over here is a little bit more flexible. You could buy, with this extra $1,000, you could buy an additional $800 item. You could not buy an additional two $800 items. So there's only two ways to split up this group here. Okay, one is to split it up as you have split up the other group, in which case you have two $800 items and two $200 items. And this is what they've asked you about. It's two $200 items. That's a viable answer. Two $200 items. Okay. The other way to do this is, instead of buying the $800 items, buy four $200 items, in which case you have six $200 items. Okay. So it's really not that complicated. If you're confused, don't be afraid to watch the video again. And again, if this is something that is hard for you to do, find a way to make it easier for yourself. Don't think that you have to do things the way I do them or the way somebody else does them. Okay, if it requires a little bit of extra work for you, then do it. Okay, write those 200s if you have to do it. I'm not going to be watching you. Nobody else is going to watch you. You don't need to be embarrassed. Just get to the right answer. Get there quickly. Please do it for me.